so glad to be back here. You know, the Bistro Awards are like an AA meeting. It's like, keep coming back. It works if you work it. I'll never forget when I won the Bistro Awards were the first award I ever got for anything. And I'll never forget when I won the award, they announced me and some lady in the front said, "Who? Who?" And I looked at her and it was like, well, she's close to death. You know, we only make fun of old people because we're afraid of what it's going to be like when we get there, right? I was talking to a 90-year-old woman and I said, "Do you know how to work an iPhone?" And she said, "Do you know how to churn butter?" But it's nice to be here. I meet all kinds of people doing comedy. I met a guy after a show one night. He said to me, "Young man, you were very funny. I don't get out much. I'm the announcer for the Long Island Railroad Jamaica station. You were the funniest man I've seen in New York, Mineola, East Williston, Albertson, Roslyn, Greenvale, Glen Head, Seacliff, Glen Street, Glen Cove, Locust Valley, Millneck, and Oyster Bay." Listen, if you hate your job, can you imagine this guy? Because he goes to work every single day. "Good morning, darling. I'm going to work. Train to Babylon on track 7, stopping at Baldwin, Freeport, Merritt, Belmore, Wantagh. Who gives a shit? It's all the same. Long Island's just a big mall. Do you understand? A big, stupid mall. I hope you all die. Do you understand? Die. I hope you die of dropsy, dysentery, rickets, anthrax, prickly heat, falling off a cliff, dog bite, cheese in the face. I hope you die in Massapequa Park, Amityville, Copiague, Lindenhurst, and Babylon. I hope you go to hell and change at Babylon for Bayshore, Islip, Great River, Oakdale, Sayville, Patchogue, and Ronkonkoma. I did that joke on Long Island one night, and this lady came up to me after the show, and she said, "Excuse me, Ronkonkoma is not on the Babylon map." Well, I just wanted to tell you, because what if someone complains? You're a very good audience. I knew this would be fun. It's getting harder and harder to do comedy these days because people get offended at everything. They just get offended at, it's like I can't even make a fat joke anymore. Instead of saying fat, I have to say full figure. Instead of saying ugly, I have to say visually assaulted. Instead of saying fraud, I have to say TV evangelist. Instead of saying pedophile, I have to say youth pastor. What? Instead of saying mentally retarded, I have to say Christian Trump supporter. What? What happened? What did I say? Instead of saying pervert, I have to say Penn State coach. I can't say anything. Listen, I have to say something. I didn't plan on saying it because I didn't know this was going to happen. But Catherine, I don't know if you remember me.
Of course I do.
But I had just started out in 1986, and in 1987, I had just been passed at Catch a Rising Star. And one night, I went on, and you followed me, and you said on stage, and I'll never forget it, I swear to God, you said, "That guy's funny." And you were the first person who had ever said that about me on the stage. And I can't believe you're here. I swear to God. Isn't that great? That was almost 30. How many years ago was that? That was like almost, huh? It was, I don't know how many years ago that was. It was 37 years ago? Holy motherfucker. God.
You're still funny.
Well, thank you. But no, let me tell you something. I usually, as a rule, do not do politics in my act because half the audience is Republican and the other half is educated. So I just don't do. I just don't do the politics. But like, I don't talk about Trump because I've met the man twice and I am already on his shit list. I swear to God, this is what happened. I met him the first time in 1994 when I was in a Broadway show at the Lunt-Fontanne Theater, and he came opening night with some blonde, either, I don't know, it was his wife or a prostitute, I don't know who the hell it was. But he said, good show, it was very good. And then I said, okay, thank you. And then in 2005, it was at the Friars Roast. It wasn't telecast, it was at the Hilton. You know, the ballroom, and it was at the Friars Roast of Don King, the boxing promoter with the hair, and Trump was the host of the roast, right? He was what they call the roast master, and he was so annoying and hateful and nasty to everybody that the comedians started making more fun of him instead of the guest of honor when they got on the stage. And then I got up and I looked Trump right in the face and I said, Donald Trump's penis is so small he could screw a Cheerio. Everybody laughed, and then we went on. But then, at the after party, Trump comes up to him and he said, I didn't like your jokes about my dick. And I said, sir, it's a roast, that's what we do. And he said, yeah, well, I won't forget it. None of us thought he was going to be the president. So I don't joke about him, because a helicopter could land outside and whisk my faggot ass to that prison in El Salvador where I get raped by Latinos. I can do that in the kitchen. Who says I can't follow Jerry Seinfeld? Okay, how long have I been on? Oh, I'm contractually done. Okay. But before I go, I just wanted to say one thing, because you guys would understand this. Because he can't keep his hands off of anything, Trump has taken over the Kennedy Center. And he said, this is what he said. He said he wants to present non-woke musicals. And I thought, well, what does that leave out? Well, they can't do The Sound of Music or Cabaret because that's about fascism. They can't do West Side Story, Ragtime, Raisin, South Pacific because that's about racial prejudice, right? They can't do La Cage aux Folles, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, Some Like It Hot Chicago, or Kinky Boots because there's drag in it. They can't do Oliver or Annie because that deals with child abuse, right? They can't do A Chorus Line, Avenue Q, and Juliet, Falsettos, Rent, A Strange Loop, Fun Home, Spring Awakening, The Boy from Oz, The Full Monty, Kiss of the Spider Woman, The Producers, Victor Victoria, or Mamma Mia because they have LGBT characters. And they can't do The Wiz, The Lion King, Bringing the Noise, Color Purple, Ain't Misbehaving, Dreamgirls, or Porgy and Bess because there's too many black people. So what does that leave? Little Mary Sunshine. Well, you guys are listen, I just want to say something sincerely. The Bistro was the first recognition I ever got, and I've been working steadily ever since, and I think that's a good sign. This is, I'll say this to the people who won tonight. This is an organization, especially run by Miss Eaker, that keeps it. They keep up with you and they keep honoring you. And this is an award that you get. This is an organization that gives an award to people that might not normally get recognized. And so that's what's really wonderful, is because you think when you're doing this, you think, is anybody listening? You know what I mean? And yes, somebody is. And fortunately, they can give you awards like this. So congratulations to all the winners tonight.